Every day we're bombarded by the results of surveys. But how do we know which ones are reliable and which ones are just plain propaganda or product promotion?
The main thing we do is carry out really big survey research projects, really difficult, challenging ones, often interviewing thousands and thousands of people, sometimes over many years.
NatCen was founded in 1969 by two former market researchers, but now has a research staff of nearly 400 and 1,200 interviewers. They have a turnover of £40 million a year, an office in London and Essex, and another base in Edinburgh called the Scottish Centre for Social Research.
We don't do research for commercial organisations, we don't do research for commercial gain, or indeed we don't do work for political parties for political point scoring.
NatCen has a variety of different survey teams.
There's a social attitudes group, there's a group that specialises in work on families and children, there's another group that specialises in cohort studies where you basically are re-surveying the same group of people over time. I mean, one of the projects we've been involved with since the mid-1980s is called British Social Attitudes, and that's an annual study that basically charts the attitudes and values of the British public on a whole range of issues: the environment, gender relations, marriage, parenthood, the economy, welfare and so on.
And some of their work can uncover widely held misconceptions.
People thought there was this thing called common law marriage that gave you legal rights if you lived with someone for a certain amount of time. And there isn't such a thing. There is no such legal entity as common law marriage. And we found that despite that, a very large proportion of people, including a lot of cohabiting people, incorrectly believed that there was this thing called common law marriage.
Their qualitative research studies are entirely different.
Small-scale, in-depth work which aims to explore people's circumstances and experiences and their beliefs and opinions, but in their own words. So we're not interested in counting how many people feel a certain way. We're more interested in understanding how people explain how they feel.
Some of this work has involved NatCen researchers talking directly to convicted criminals.
We're doing a European study across 4 different European countries, looking at men who've been convicted of online grooming. And what that involves is actually going into prisons to interview these convicted men to find out the strategies that they use.
This research has the potential to increase awareness and online safety for children.
One of the very tangible outputs of that is actually to circumvent the kinds of strategies that these people use. So leading to better online practice, helping internet service providers, helping teachers, helping parents to understand how to avoid these kinds of strategies in the future. And that's a really practical output of something like that.
NatCen has a strong commitment to rigorous and innovative research, which is seen, for example, through the work of the Survey Methods Unit,
which is essentially a team of research methodologists and statisticians who both work with our researchers on specific projects and conduct work, I suppose you could call it research and development work, to better understand how research can be conducted effectively and to develop new methods and to publicise those to the wider research community.
Despite the fact that nearly 80% of its work is commissioned by government departments, NatCen rigorously defends its independence.
I think people greatly value our independence because it lends credibility to the work that they've commissioned. And nobody will ever say, oh, you can't trust that because it's from NatCen. Quite the opposite.
But what are the key factors behind NatCen's ongoing success?
A number of things have really ensured our success over the years. The first thing is good people. Secondly, about really understanding our clients and what they need from research, particularly to have impact on social policy. So we have to maintain a really good relationship with and understanding of our clients.
We aren't selling a single product, and our strength really is in our scale and in the range of skills and capabilities that the organisation can offer.
NatCen may be a not-for-profit organisation with charitable status, but it's run in a highly efficient and business-like manner.
We operate in a very effective and efficient way, but we're not a commercial organisation, we're not beholden to shareholders, and we have a range of organisational objectives that go beyond the pursuit of profit.
NatCen's rigorous, trustworthy research has the potential to affect all our lives.
it's important that we document and chart what Britain looks like in the 21st century, what people think in the 21st century. And studies certainly like the British Social Attitude Survey that now go back 25 years, they're increasingly a very important way of finding out what people think and how that's changing and shifting over time.
The expertise of NatCen's researchers, their insistence on strict impartiality and independence, coupled with a business-like efficiency and flexibility, have made this charity the most respected social research organisation in the UK.